Okay, stream is online, I think. Yeah, welcome to my stream again. Today I want to create this lizard warrior. Um, I thought I create something different today because, yeah, why not? I want to have a bigger variety on my creations. I have some music playing. I hope it's not uh, too loud. I lower the volume. Um, yeah, I want to create something different today. And I was asked how I set up my references here at the background. Later, when some more people are watching the stream, I will explain how I set up my background here. I'm not I'm not very good in explaining stuff, so I hope I can bring it across. Um, okay, let's start with just blocking out this head here. Normally I would use like upper head and lower head for human figures for human faces. Here is a little bit different. I'm not separating upper head and lower head, but I'm separating. I think I will separate lower jaw and upper part here. And starting a piece like this is a little bit more challenging because especially for beginners, because you are more free in creation in creating this type of head than with human heads. And the more free you are in creating this stuff, the more challenging it is, actually. Yes, hi. Yes, I'm using another AI generated image. It's like it's just for practice. It's not because I like it a lot or so. I think AI generated images are pretty fine for practicing. And I'm just placing here uh, some placeholders or some landmarks just to have an orientation how I will create um, this character here. Just to have something to look at. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. You can tell me if you do not like the AI generated images. I will use more non-AI generated images. But I have to ask for permission and this stuff to use them. And yeah, like I said, if you do not like them, just tell me. But because I get asked a lot about this, why I'm using AI generated images. I'm placing my camera. Now I have some landmarks to have as an orientation. And now I can place my camera or my view and watch if this works already or if I have to change things here and there. Like you see, having this background image is not perfect because you get these artifacts. Okay, so that's why I'm not into explaining stuff or this background thing. I'm using it, but it's not perfect. And I don't want you to be like, oh, uh, you explained it, but it's actually bullshit. Um, I have no idea what kind of neural network was used to generate this piece, this artwork. I just found it on Pinterest. I do not spend my time with AI generated or with AI generators, image generators, because it's actually not my business. My daily business is modeling and sculpting and realizing characters. I'm not using these neural networks myself. Okay, now I realize that my camera should be different, more like this. And I store it again. So especially in the beginning, you have to restore your camera over and over until you are satisfied with your perspective and I mean until it works for you. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the stream. And I hope you can learn something. Now when I have my like um I have my head in perspective, but when I rotate it, it's pretty ugly. It doesn't work like this. So I have to rework stuff here and there. So it's a process that's going forward and back, actually, pretty much. And in the beginning, it can be pretty ugly. And the character develops over time. And sometimes it's like you are sculpting for 2 or 3 hours and it looks strange. And then you change in the last 10 minutes something and then it works. Sometimes you have to take your take a pause to take a break from sculpting and re-watch it later. And then then you will be immediately like, oh, there is something I do not like. I draw over both spheres. I told in my previous videos or streams that I do it a lot like this because I keep my spheres, and yeah, I can actually work with two spheres here. It doesn't matter how many, and yeah, have no problem with this to use it. So I do not have to combine them in this stage. I need the image on the side because I'm always trying to look uh, try to look past it, but I need a reference on the side. Of course, I do not have many information about the back of the head. I have to deal with this later. I place some eyes for him to have a better understanding how I create the eye socket here. It's still a rough stage. I think the shape of the head is pretty cool already. Create some sharper angles here, or sharper lines. Now I get now I go more into let me see, more into refining stuff here and there. Like the nostrils, you see that they do not match the artwork, and the eyes as well. So I maybe have to change my perspective again. I want to stay as close as possible to this artwork. Because this is actually the job of a 3D artist. To recreate a artwork as close as possible. Push this in a bit. I think the jaw of a frog or a lizard is like I don't think that it's different from the human jaw, but I think it's very pronounced here at this region, and that's what I want to recreate here. Like I said, very rough stage. I think this should be around later because it's still not realistic. It's still more stylized. So I would go for a semi-stylized approach for this character. I think like I don't know like how it's called, Overwatch or so. Overwatch? Is it the game Overwatch? I think like this. So stylized faces and so on, but more realistic material. I call it semi-stylized. Oh, I think it's French. Uh, in the chat, and I have no idea what this means. I never had French in or is it Spanish? I don't know. I never had French in school. I had some Spanish in school, but not French. But bien is good, so I think you like it. It's a pretty rough sketch still. I think this could work actually. And I pull out some of these spikes he has. Just with the move brush. So don't be like, oh, uh, a, I need a brush for spikes or whatever. You can create these details just with the default brushes. Just pull them out. Not too much. I think in this area he has some less or some more flat. They are not sticking in the same direction, out in the same direction. And actually I have no idea where this sculpt will be going. I will see how far I come with it. But the head is actually pretty, pretty good already. This spike should be more present. So yeah, you can ask actually in the chat whatever you want to know. Maybe you know already everything and just watching, or just enjoy me working. It's totally fine. I think this could be more like a spike. And has to be a bit shorter, like this. This is why I always work more loose at the beginning to have the chance to change things here and there. I think like this. And now I'm placing a cylinder for this color thing. I don't know if I don't think that I will create a full body because it's very tight on time. But the most important things, most important thing is the head anyway. So do it very loosely as well. So do not spend too much time in this blocking stage to do things perfect right away. Like the back of the head, you should spend more time with the front. And when the front is good enough, then you can spend some time with the back to match the uh, same shape language and this stuff. I delete these edges here to have more control over the shapes here. And do it first symmetric and then yeah, break the symmetry later when you're sure that everything is working. So like here he's leaning forward with his head. That's why he has some more space for this collar or for this scarf on the right side. I keep this in mind and will change it later. I will break the symmetry and pull this out when I'm sure that everything else works. Duplicate this scarf and create the second layer. Don't forget to create some variety in the height. When you put your scarf over the neck, then you get some height differences between these layers here. And normally I would put it into a Marvelous Designer and create a more realistic scarf. But this is more stylized, it's more free, and I'm just creating a right now I'm creating a plan how to create this. I'm planning, it's still planning stage. I created a duplicate from this part and deleted the hidden parts to create this like cape or whatever it is here at the background. It's another layer actually because he has a scarf that goes around, but right now I'm still in planning stage, so I will not model it like this, the final version, but for now. it works like this. And actually, this frog or this lizard reminded me on, yeah, games like uh, Zelda or um, what else? Yeah, like Zelda or Final Fantasy, and I like these characters there. These anthropomorphic characters. I activate dynamic subdivisions, but before this, I crease the outer loops like this. I know it's round and I have to change it later. I add some thickness here to this piece. And just keep in mind that this is not final. And this roundness, I will change it later. Or I would change it later when I would finalize this character. I need some I need some subdivisions here to refine these folds a little bit more. And there you have to be more creative uh, in yeah, what kind of or where uh, or how this works when you would build it for for a game or so. You have to be creative and watch more references how soldiers are using their scarves or wearing their scarves as scarves. place some kind of pupil there for the eye to have an orientation. Like this. I know lizards. Oh, so, I forgot. Like this. And now rotate. I rotate the eyes towards the camera. At least the this one eye. Let me see if I can rotate this one just a little bit, because actually I think lizards, let me see. I have some references. I think lizards are not able to watch like with two eyes in one direction. They are more watching outwards, like birds, more like birds. Like this, it's okay. Let me clean up um, this piece, and I add some thickness to this as well. And this one too. And now I break the symmetry a little bit more. Just to have a better feeling for the character itself. So I mean, when I watch it, I have a better feeling uh, for the clothing. I think it's okay like this, and I place some shoulder pads for him. Just roughly, like this. I don't know how lizards, I think they, actually they do not have a neck. How the connection between head and, I think they're, when they have their, um, let me see if I have something around here. If they have their head, I think the spine is connected like this in a direct, um, not like on humans or from below. So you have to be creative how to connect and how to build this body actually. How it moves, what kind of muscles they have. You have to be some kind of uh, creative there. What kind of volume does he need? I place a new sphere, subdivided sometimes, like this, just for the neck. Thank you. Um, so you are leaving or you are coming to my stream and wish me a good day. You can of course watch these uh, streams on demand. I create some scales here to just to watch what works. Like I place some things here and there. I mean some details. You can use stamps for this or brushes. I'm not a huge fan of brushes or different brushes. At least when I'm in blocking stage, I'm not a huge fan of it because you lose the freedom to experiment with things when you use brushes at the beginning of this process. It's just my opinion. Place some eyelids. I like to have the eyelids separate because I can work a little bit better on the eyes when I do it like this. a bit more free on the ice. Mm. It looks a little bit like from Mass Effect, this alien. Let me translate what concerned means. Ah, actually, I don't think that AI will replace artists too much. I mean, in concept art as well, because AI art can just reproduce stuff that it's getting from real artists. So even even concept artists do not have to fear AI, I think, because yeah, like I said, it will not replace art and 3D art as well. There will be a time, or we are in a time where people are experimenting um, and using it for, I don't know, studios are using it, but they will, on some time, they will recognize or they will realize that AI is not giving any variety, or not a lot of variety, and I think they will return to like 3D animation as well. So we had a time from Toy Story to now. We had a time where 3D animation was huge in cinema, but we are in a time where the market is oversaturated with 3D animation. and people are seeking for new style or new style, yeah, new styles, new stuff like Arcane or Into Spider-Verse or this Spider-Man movie came out. And this is something that AI never will be capable of to create a new style. And people or studios like game studios or like animation studios will return on some day. They will return to hand-drawn animation again, and they will be like, "Oh, we have this new thing, hand-drawn animation. Wow!" But it has been around for hundreds of years now. But they will sell it like the newest hot stuff. And yeah, I don't think that 3D artists or artists in general have to fear or be I learned a new word, concerned about AI, because it's just a tool. It's just a tool that people are using, and I'm using it just because um, yeah, just because it's there, just because it's a thing now. And when it's getting yeah, going away in some years or whatever, then I will use less of this. And yeah, I think I don't know actually. I think art will be always a human thing because AI is actually lazy. I don't know if I can explain it, but what I mean, but I think they trained an AI to play Tetris, and I hope you get what I mean, or I hope you know what I'm talking about. They trained AI to play Tetris, and they called or they said like finish the game without dying or whatever. Um, and the AI was lazy and just switched off the game. It finished the game by pressing the pause, the break, the pause button. So AI is pretty lazy. So they will not create art, even if they will be some kind of intelligent. But art is not intelligent. Art is expression. Doesn't have to be, or it doesn't have to do with intelligence. Art is always expression. It's always humans express feelings, and AI do not has feelings, and it will not be able to create art. It's just a tool, and I think when you learn to use the tool, then you can win the race in this. Yeah, you can be part of you can draw something out of it. This is what I want to say. Actually, it's disrespectful to the to the to the to the colleagues. Um, yeah, sure. I'm not defending it. I'm not like, oh, I will not discuss these things because actually my English is not good enough to discuss these things. Um, and it's more like political, and I will not discuss political stuff on my channels. Um, Sure. Yeah. When it's your um uh when it's your opinion that this is disrespectful, of course, yeah, sure. Um you can have this opinion, of course. Uh it's absolutely okay to have this opinion. And it's absolutely okay to use it, still to use it. Um like I said, I will not defend it or so. Like, oh, I use what I want, and I do not care or whatever. Um, it's a thing that is actually there, and when you do not want to use it, and you do not have to, when you want to be respectful to your colleagues, to your to the artist colleagues, sure, be respectful and don't use it. I'm just using it just for showing stuff. I'm not using it for earning money or whatever. Yeah, same. I think the same. People, um, uh, AI generated images are not art. This is the difference. 2D artists are creating art. This is what I can, of course, say. Like I'm respecting 3D artists, 2D artists. Um, this is the most respectful thing I can say about this. I hope, like I said, my English is not good enough to discuss these things. I hope, yeah, I can bring the point across that I'm not pushing AI right now. I'm just using it like a tool. And when you use AI generated stuff, or like these in Blender, you have these geometry nodes. When you use these, I do not like. I'm not telling like, oh, you disrespect my job because you use these shortcuts. I don't care. Uh, if these tools are there, people will use them, and it's like a turbo button on your car. When you want to use your turbo button on your car and be like, I'm driving on the highway, and you are like uh, passing me through, or passing me like crazy, and I will not complain like, oh, you're not I don't know, you do not respect me as a driver because you're using your turbo button. I don't care. Use whatever you want, because someday you will be uh, someday you will be yeah, using this turbo button a little bit too much or whatever. And like I said, I'm not, when someone shows like generating in Blender or whatever, a cube or whatever from AI, I'm not like, I'm not I'm not writing like, oh, you're disrespecting me as an artist, as a 3D artist. So yeah, I don't care. Like, but of course you can have this opinion. Yeah, sure. 2D artists are different than 3D artists, of course. And like I said, I'm not defending it. of course you have your opinion and you can have your opinion. And actually, I do not think that any 2D artist is like watching my videos and or I mean I don't know how to say it. Uh, I hope I can bring this point across as well. So I don't think that any 2D artist is watching my video and telling like, "Oh, I respect this guy as a 3D artist." I think they pretty much do not care. But anyway, enough of this AI stuff. Like I said, you can tell me if you do not like it and if you want me to use, maybe you can share a specific artist that I can respect and I can share, or I will do my thing and share his name or whatever. If you're like if you'd like me to do this more, sure, then you can share some cool stuff with me and I will take this as a reference or an inspiration. And I think you're right that people will not care about AI art because it's actually not art. Art is something complete different. Art is expression, expressing something. And AI generated image are just recreating stuff that's already there. Okay, I spent some time with these scales here, and now I have to watch if they are too much or not. If they are too present in visually too present. Like this spike here is a bit too much. It breaks the silhouette too much here. So I'm building it a little bit more down. But for this, I have to have these these details to decide where, like, this spike here is more going in a curve to the side, so it's not too evenly built, not too prominent or not too dominant on the head here. Maybe I will find a artist, a 2D artist next time to create something from an artist. This process takes some time, and because you have to get it right. When you spend some time on your character in a studio, for example, then you have to create it like correctly, or you should nail the concept pretty good before continuing with detailing. Finding inspiration and discipline to work on, to sculpt, to start sculpting. Actually, if art is not motivating you to sculpt, then actually a real artist, or a person with an art mindset should be always motivated to do art in any kind. Someday I was starting even playing guitar. I'm not good at it, and I had no time to practice. But what I want to say is that when you are an artist, um, then you find uh, ways to express yourself, and motivation um, right away. It doesn't matter what kind of art it is, actually. And so I cannot answer your question, I think, because art itself, sculpting itself, drawing, 2D drawing is yeah, motivating me a lot by its own. So even if I would do it for just for me, just on a like empty island, I'm on my own on an empty island. I would like to have a sketchbook and a pen and draw. So even if I am alone somewhere, somehow, I'm drawing because I enjoy the process a lot. And what motivates me a lot as well is the idea that this character can be actually animated and can be yeah, implemented in a game or animation or so. And it's a very cool feeling to see it animated in a game or in a game engine. I think this motivates me the most, to have this idea that your creation will be part of a bigger world, and you can see it animated, you can see it, you can play it actually as a character. This motivates me a lot. And like I said, when you are an artist, then you find joy in every art. Doesn't matter what kind of art. If it's music, or if it's sculpting, drawing, whatever. This should be your motivation. So when you are not motivated sculpting or doing art in general, you should, yeah, ask yourself if you can find some motivation or joy. Do you enjoy your job, or your I mean, do you enjoy the process? I'm cleaning up here and there to find some places. I mean, I think this is very busy here on top, and I find some. I want to find some places where the eye can rest a bit more. Actually, what an artist that I really enjoy to watch and I really like his work is, or two artists right now, is one is his name is Trend. I don't know what his last name is. His first name is Trend. He is a concept artist and comic book artist, I think. And I enjoy his creations a lot. Maybe I take uh, one of his creations for my next project or for my next stream or so. And the second one is, which I really enjoy, is watching Feng Zhu. He is a great artist. And this is actually an artist. This is not AI generated or whatever. Like I said, I'm just using AI for just because it's a thing right now, and just because I do not have time to ask every single artist for permission to use his things or his art. Actually, when you want to be respectful, then you should ask. I know I didn't ask some people. That's why I began to use more AI stuff, because I thought this is maybe disrespectful as well to use just to use something from another creator. Or Frank Frazetta is, of course, a legend. And I think these creatures here are pretty much inspired by Frazetta, or I don't know. I think Frazetta was drawing a lot of these anthropomorphic creatures. Um, would I use AI for speeding up my creative process? Actually, not much. It's not speeding up anything actually. I'm not like I said, I'm not using it. I'm not using AI generators myself. I'm just finding these pieces on ArtStation or whatever, and just like, oh, this is something interesting I want to recreate. I think this mouth should be I should spend a lot of time, or you should spend a lot of time on this section here, because um, right now it's like a sausage that's going around, and I want to find the right um, shape for the mouth. And I think it's too round for a lizard. I think it should be more flat. So I'm not using it for my um, creative process. My creative process is up here. I'm using just in my imagination or my experience for my creative process. Um, and the artwork is just it's just like the idea, but the creative process is happening here up here. This should be more flat. Yeah, I said the same thing. It reminds me this alien from Mass Effect. Creative process can be like when you have this character here, the creative process can be like it's a lizard. Actually, it's a lizard, but it needs some expression on the cheeks, on some parts, some areas, and you have to decide where it needs more softer parts and more harder parts, like on the lizard actually. So this is the creative process. You decide where it needs more roundness, more softness, and where it needs more hardness. No, it's not dynameshed. It's just two spheres put together like this, and it's pretty messy actually, because I'm still more in a blocking phase. But I'm blocking right now, more the details. But until this, or for these steps, you do not need Dynamesh. Many of my students are using Dynamesh too early into the process. And I always tell like just use it when you really need it, not just because someone tells you that Dynamesh is there. Especially for this blocking stage. Later, yes. Later I use Dynamesh a lot. But in this stage, I do not spend the time to create a Dynamesh or remesh or whatever here. And I'm still not sure what to do with the back of the head. But I like the face. And I need some reference for this section. I think I found some photos of lizards. I think they have always these loose skin here, like this. It's always going like a snake over the body. But I think for this character it's a little bit too much. So just a hint for it is enough. Or I go more with a frog-like. Uh, I think this is better. More like a frog, more like this double chin or how it's called. I think it's better because it's happening too much here, and because of his, there's happening a lot on the top of the head, and I don't want to be too dominant, too busy um, on other areas. I want the eye to rest on, to have the chance to rest here and there. Like more detailed, more busy stuff here, up here, and more relaxed stuff here. I apply the dynamic subdivisions. Or maybe it's too early to apply them. Of course, I can be like, I can do it like more like this. Maybe I should go more with a sculpting solution for the color, for this scarf, I mean. Um, let me see. Let me see if this makes more sense. I mean, more sense for this stage, of course. Like, actually, I'm not happy with this. Actually, I had a good solution with this one. I go back in the timeline. and redo some things. When something is not working, then the chance is high that ZBrush crashes. So I want to use Dynamesh on this piece, but it's not working. Okay, right now. I Z-remeshed it and now it's working. But actually, I didn't want it. Anyway, I leave it like this and I push this out. Sometimes you have to this is what I mean. When something doesn't work. Okay. Okay, and now I'm creating like these layers here, more free. Like I said, for a final piece, I don't know what kind of genre this could be, but let's say it's for a game like Overwatch or so. Then I would, of course, go uh, into Marvelous Design also and try to recreate it as close as possible to a real piece. It depends, of course, on the workflow because I have actually no idea what the workflow of Overwatch is. Never worked there, but it's actually not a huge deal to learn a workflow. So I think the studios are, I don't know, the studios are like, oh, you cannot do our stuff. We do not hire you. I think it's not that hard to learn this stuff. I mean a workflow. When they use ZBrush, then I can learn ZBrush. When they use Blender, I can learn Blender, whatever they need actually. And by I can learn, I mean, of course, you can learn when you apply to a job there. Thanks. Welcome to the stream. I don't know how long I stream already. I didn't track time. Mm. Mm. I do it like this. You can repeat your steps when you hit the one button uh, on your keyboard. I just do the quick and dirty version here. It's just a quick and dirty version. Don't forget to activate your backface masking when you work on pieces like this. I keep this pretty loose because actually when you create a character, sometimes these loose things actually help the a lot of characteristics of your creation of your character. For a final product, of course, you have to clean it up, but for a quick one, it's totally fine to do it like this. I just create enough. I create just enough like information for the eye here, and before I continue with the face again. So to have a more like a feeling for the character, but it's absolutely not finished. These are just more like ideas that you are placing there, and then yeah, and then go back to the face and finish the face, and yeah, or the body. So it depends on what you want to achieve, what you want to do. Of course, the back of the head as well. So pull out some of these here. Maybe he has more of this. Um, Make sure that you're creating a good silhouette, and that you have enough changes in on the silhouette from the side as well. Maybe it's like this. So figure stuff out by just pulling them out. Do not use any brushes, special brushes for lizard scales or whatever here in this stage, because it's not actually not necessary, because you're just figuring out stuff. I think his head is a little bit too big here. I mean, his neck is a little bit too big here. It's too dominant on the silhouette. But it actually makes sense that he has a big neck like this, because he has to carry around this huge head he has. More like this, I think, works better. Even if it's not matching the original artwork anymore, but I think it's better for the character itself. So this is something that you have to deal with when you are a 3D artist. Sometimes you get 2D stuff, artwork that doesn't make sense in every aspect, and you have to change here and there. Okay, I think I like his face so far. Save. Yeah, like I said, maybe I will take something else, but not AI for the next for my next stream or next videos. Um, I hope you visit my Patreon. So the link is down here. When you want to support me, support my channels, my art, um, and yeah, really enjoy to talk to you guys, um, discuss about things like the topics we discussed today. I'm sorry when my English is not good enough, and I do not like to talk about these things in English. Um, I'm absolutely on your side when you're skeptical or when you are critical about things. I'm not defending it. I'm not like, oh, you do not understand me or whatever. Leave me alone. No, if you have a critique, please let me know, and I will do my best to yeah, to do it differently, and maybe I will discover something that I didn't know about uh, before a critique, or I mean before this critique. Yeah, until then, um, I wish you an uh, nice weekend, and I hope to see you in my next video or stream.